Hey guys, I thought I'd do a video on the pink tax since somebody I know actually uploaded a video of the pink tax on their Facebook page, and I thought that I would make some comments on this. First of all, we have razors. People were complaining about the two types of razors, which was the blue type of this and the pink type of this one, being generally the same. Now, one thing I'm going to point out is they use two different brands of razors. So one may well have been imported, one may have not been imported. There's a lot of variables. They may have been a very similar plastic, but not necessarily the same. They may have been the same plastic, but higher quality on one side. And also, if you look at the strip, it may well have been different. Now, the typical female tends to use more classier razors. For example, this is my choice. So this is the Schick thing. You have detachable heads. Now, sorry if you see any hair on there, but it is like, I need to replace the head. These are designed with sharper razors. They're supposedly like, better for the skin and all that, so that's why I choose this one. And I like the fact that you can replace the head, but you can keep the end for quite some time. As long as you disinfect it here and there, it lasts forever. That razor, the blue one, my mum got for a couple of dollars, a bag of 5 of them from the reject shop, I believe. The other razor I buy from Kohl's, and I choose to spend more money on it because I am susceptible to razor burn. So I prefer to avoid that when I can. I would rather buy higher quality, and you can tell that they're higher quality. Now, the other thing that I wanted to discuss was pads and stuff. Now, a lot of people are like, why do women have to pay for pads? It's like, why do men have to pay for protection and all of this other stuff? Toilet paper. Why do we have to pay for toilet paper? Like, if you say, why do we have to pay for pads? We actually have to look at everything else. And you know what? Like, I go to Kohl's and I buy the $2 pads. I used to use the Libra overnight pads. Now I use the Kohl's brand overnight pads. And it's not just because they're cheaper, because it's $2 a pack, but the Libra ones start degrading over like 2 hours at most, and while I was hairdressing, it was really hard to go and change my pad within 2 hours. So that's why I choose to use the Kohl's ones, because they last longer, they're more absorbent, and they're cheaper. Now, I am somebody who would also know a little bit about periods. When I first started menstruating, okay, so guys, if you are creeped out by gory stuff, you might want to leave. But when I was first menstruating, right, when I first got my period, okay, I used to wake up from here downwards covered in blood because I was an excessive bleeder. My blonde hair essentially was soaked in blood, and it had a bit of stainage to it too. Fun fact. So we ended up putting me on the pill. And I'm also quite well known with the pill as well. For 3 months, it used to cost me $4.50. I would pay $4.50 for 3 months on the pill, okay? So, and I was on the pill at some point last year as well, because every time I feel irregular, I just go and get the pill to fix it up because it works. And I was on the pill for another 3 months. Guess what? Still $4.50. Like, it's 3 months for $4.50. And you know what? You could also get it for like, you can get like the lower brands too, which usually end up cheaper. It really depends on the chemist you go to, not the pink tax. It's like one coffee versus, you know, a packet of pills. The other thing that people keep bringing up is the differences between male and female beauty products in terms of price. These are my two most used bathroom products. So this is a chocolate and coffee soap. So if you look at that's like got lumpy bits, it's for exfoliating. And this is an orange scented bubbly Lush thing. Now Lush is expensive, right? I don't know how much this costs because I got it for Christmas, but Lush is expensive. And I tend to choose Lush because I like the smells and all that kind of stuff, and they tend to be higher quality products. They're not necessarily natural, but they tend to be higher quality products. Now this soap cost me for a packet of two $3 from Kmart, and it smells really good. You have no idea, but it's like they do the job. Not the best quality product, but they're for cleaning your body. I also used to be in the hairdressing industry, and I know a little bit about shampoos and conditioners. So with male shampoos and conditioners, they tend to be lower quality products. They're not there for your hair's longevity because most of the time men will get a number 1 on the sides and number 2 on the top as a general rule. I know that females, those products are fine for females too if they decide to get the lesbian buzz cut number 2. They are designed for men because it's a typical men's style haircut, and it's just a name. With female products, I don't know if you see my hair, how I have it glossy. I've been trying to grow it out. It's quite moisturized, right? I did have a larger pot of this, but this is my small pot because I constantly buy this. Now this is Equilibrium by Di Lorenzo, one of my favorite treatments, and it's expensive because you see that list of ingredients? That is the reason why this product is so expensive. And I've also got some Kevin Murphy in there too. I've got Bad Head, I've got multitudes of skin products, and the reason why they're expensive is because they're high quality. Because women prefer to have on the general rule, over all of time, women have preferred to have more sleek hair, this prettyish sort of look to them. They want their skin to be smooth and soft, they want to look younger. Men don't tend to really necessarily care about how they look aesthetically when it comes to your skin texture and all of that kind of jazz. The really ironic thing is that there are alternatives to everything as well. For instance, I have inside my shower, which I probably use maybe once a week to make sure that there's no buildup of product on my hair. I've got a shampoo bar because it dries the hair out a bit, but it is designed to full-blown wash your hair. And I've got one it's from Lush. I checked all the ingredients and it's worth it. They only cost $15 and they will last you. Women's clothing as well. If you look at this shirt cost me, I think $14. The one underneath I've had since I was a child. These clothing items are pretty cheap and you can still look good. It's up to you where you shop and what you do. And it's not about a pig tax, because let's be real, I like to spend no money on my clothing. I go to op shops. Even if you go to Kmart, yeah, you can choose to buy in the men's section. They're designed for different purposes. Women's clothes tend to be designed for looking fashionable, whereas men's clothes tend to be designed for just throw it on, he's probably going to be doing something rough, and also it's got to last. And that's the difference. Women tend to like the feeling of their clothing too, because clothes that feel soft are more comfortable, whereas men like to just throw something on. They don't necessarily care about textures of materials. And that's just a general rule before anybody calls me sexist. Anyway, I guess I will leave it at that. I hope you find this video entertaining, because I found that other video absolutely hilarious because it was ridiculous. People are just trying to create these things that don't exist out of nothing, so they've got something to complain about. Anyway, yeah.